how easy is this football lark? 3 points off the top, win after win. Things are going really, really well for you at the moment.
They are, and again we followed the same process like we followed the previous weeks, which is to obviously enjoy these victories, enjoy the performances, review them, but quickly move on from them. And we've got a really big challenge this weekend ahead of us in terms of the visit to Motherwell, who before the last kind of couple of games were a team banging form, a really strong, powerful team, and they'll be looking to get back to winning ways. But there's no doubt that we're a team who are also playing well just now. We're competitive, and we're really looking forward to the challenge this weekend.
How satisfying was it when you see the players take in the instruction, the homework that you've done to target the weaknesses you've identified with Hibs, and they pull it off in a game situation?
Yeah, it's really pleasing actually, because week to week we try and pinpoint how we can take advantage of the opponent, but also on a regular basis there's certain principles and ideas that we want to implement with the players. So the players have got a little bit of freedom, and the players need to take all the credit, because in those moments on a match day to be able to capitalise on that. And we scored some fantastic goals last weekend, kept a clean sheet and put in a strong performance. I was really pleased for the players.
The expectations may be lifting up a bit. The home fans will be expecting you to put on a show, get a good result against Motherwell, but as they've proved throughout the season, they're also a very good, well-coached team.
Yeah, and again we've given them a lot of respect this week, a lot of kind of preparation focus on the training pitch, because they're a team who've got quite a clear identity. They've got a number of strong players, and that's like that most weeks, to be fair, at this level. So they've got our total respect. We've prepared well, but the players are in good confidence. We had a game during the week as well, midweek, where some of the players that haven't been playing managed to get a game under their belt. So as you can imagine, the competition is quite kind of fervent just now. So it's a good place to be.
If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, if you give special attention, if you like, to trying to prevent Martin Boyle to be the outlet for Hibs, is someone like Kevin Van Veen somebody that you also want to give a wee bit of attention to stop him influencing the game as much as he'd like to?
Yeah, I mean we've got some kind of consistent defensive principles that allow the players on any given week to understand how we want to press, how we want to defend, where we want to kind of capitalise and win the ball back. So on a week-to-week basis there's a lot of consistency with that. But you're right, on any given week every single opponent has danger players that you need to give special attention to. So I think we've covered that off in conversations and in our planning, and in the latter part of the week is very much focused on ourselves and who and what we want to be at the weekend.
I'll ask about Dylan in a second, but obviously Declan Glass coming in, that was maybe your surprise ball, if you like. How pleased to get him back on the pitch and see the kind of performance levels he can bring?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. I mean, Declan's someone that I've monitored closely since I've come into the club, because I've watched his journey as a long-term injury, and he's a guy that's had a smile on his face every single day. There's been a determination to get back onto the pitch, and he wants to fulfil his potential here, because he has all the ingredients. He's been a top player, he's got a big mentality, and I wanted to reward every single bit of commitment that he's had to his rehab process by giving him that start last week, and he more than rewarded that, and some, if I'm being honest.
Obviously, he wasn't able to play at the weekend, young Dylan Levitt, but what does it say about him that he's almost becoming a player that the fans are disappointed if he's not in the starting 11? So influential and barely 20.
Yeah, I mean Dylan's been a joy to work with since he's come here. He's obviously come from a big club. He's a Welsh international, and he's came here, and there's a humility to him, there's an openness and an eagerness to learn, and I think the players have really responded to his qualities, and you can almost argue that it's allowed us to actually almost evolve the team in quite a short space of time. So he's quite critical to the way that we want to move forward, but we also have good competition for places in that area of the pitch with Declan Glass, Callum Butcher and various others. So it's a good position to be in at this moment in time as a head coach.
Dylan, football dead easy when you're winning 3-0 away from home?
Yeah, obviously it's a massive result away from home. I think the fans that travelled down were a big part of that as well, especially in the second half, shooting towards that end. I think they really took the ball in the second half. I was quite disappointed to miss the game, obviously, but hopefully turn it around Saturday and get another 3 points on Saturday.
From your own point of view at the moment, I know, as I said, you missed the game. How have you been enjoying this kind of tour of Scottish football grounds and having the fans back in? Is it everything you hoped for and more? Yeah,
obviously it's everything I hoped for and more. Like you say, obviously with the fans back in, we're on a run of good form at the moment, and I think if we can keep that up, we're really hitting our targets this season. We've set targets that we're expected to hit, and hopefully we can carry it on.
Cliche alert, but the games keep coming thick and fast. There's no easy ones in this division. Do you have that kind of real confidence now? Because it's more than just one or two games. You've been on a real run now where you can look around the team and say, I trust these guys, I trust these players. Even if we go a goal behind, I know we're good enough to dig it out and get a win.
Yeah, obviously, because that comes from training on the pitch and in training and stuff. We trust each other, the confidence is there. Obviously, we've just got to keep our mindset there and take every game as it comes and hopefully get 3 points each game and then put that game behind us and then heads on to the next game then.
In terms of the style of football you've been used to, I know football's at different at every club, not just every country. How have you taken to the kind of the way football's played in Scotland, the way the fans want it to be played, and even playing alongside guys like Jondo?
Yeah, obviously it's an experience. I'm really enjoying it because obviously you get different aspects of the game against home and away games. Really, I think I'm enjoying it. Obviously, playing with Jondo and Harks in midfield as well is always good because I was thrown in the deep end of the first two. I trained 1 day, maybe 2 days, and then played, and it's always good to get that out the way so soon. And obviously, since then, I've settled in really well.
So, how much have you kind of been enjoying your football coming in and in training and on the pitch? How much fun has it been for you?
Yeah, obviously, I'm really enjoying it because playing week in, week out, getting results that we need. Obviously, the boys are really well on and off the pitch. And obviously, I'm really enjoying training as well because we keep the standards really high, and day in, day out, we expect like 100% from everyone. So it's always enjoyable.
And for yourself, coming in with a bit of pedigree from Manchester United, taking part in the Wales setup, who's kind of impressed you the most on the training pitch and in games?
I think the team in general, just everyone together. You can see the togetherness on and off the pitch from day one that I come in. I think everyone's helped me, especially the first few games, getting used to it and stuff. And then obviously on the pitch, there's really good relationships as well. So yeah, everyone, I'd say.
And looking ahead to the weekend now, after a great run of results, it's Motherwell at home. What are your thoughts ahead of that?
Yeah, obviously, hopefully going to the game full focused, get the 3 points, and then move on to Livingston on Wednesday. But Saturday is obviously the main focus, and hopefully we put a really good performance in and get 3 points.
And before you joined the club, did you think sort of 9 games into the season, I know it's still early, but sitting third place, just 3 points off the top, is that something you thought, what you were expecting when you come in?
You have expectations, and I thought the team's good enough to do that, and we've got faith in every one of us, and if we keep the confidence up, then who knows where you could go.